Do not be a Ferrari that's pressing halfway down on the gas, but be a Pinto that's pressing all the way down on the gas. Either or, press all the way down on the gas is what a swim coach once told me. And this relates to you in the idea of potential. There is a feeling that I've been having lately, and I'm sure you've had it throughout your life, and I've had it throughout my life, but lately it seems to be at a way louder magnitude than usual. And it is this idea of, am I doing everything possible? Am I doing my best? Am I even doing the work? And that question has been so present, pernicious, and it's just been everywhere. And it's a little bit haunting, I'll say. And I wanted to give you a few tools to deal and manage with this. And one of them feels like a paradox, and that is grace. When we feel like we're not doing enough, when we feel like we're not living up to our potential, giving ourselves grace is huge, because the first step, which is awareness, but we'll get into that later, is that you're being aware that you're being tough on yourself. You're being aware that you might be a little bit giving yourself some tough love. I was going to say unrealistic, but we're working our way out of using that particular word. We'll get into that a little bit later. And giving yourself grace is giving yourself the phrase almost, or just kind of speaking to your inner child and saying, hey, you're actually doing a great job. You need to rest so you can do the rest, like so you can get after it. And it feels paradoxical because it's like, no. I should be working right now. I should be doing something. No, I can't take a rest now. I'm not living up to my potential. And that is the exact quandary that we get ourselves in, and we end up burning out, or we end up getting overcritical. And this is a wild part here. I'll give this to you. When we get overcritical, we end up compromising the goal. We end up compromising our work. That critique, or that inner critic, has led to so much compromise of a project, or damage to art, or self-harm to a thought process. It just entirely just, like it sends you out of authenticity and into this hyper calibrated critic to just destroy everything almost. And it turns into perfection over progress. And if there's anything that we learned, perfection is not real. You're already perfect. You are already perfect as you are. And your journey is going perfectly as it is supposed to go. It's unraveling exactly as it's supposed to go. And so when we give ourselves grace, we're basically saying to ourselves, we're not going to really worry about the how. We just know that we're going to get there. Also, the how is not necessarily up to us. If we do the work and we take the journey, how we get there, it's kind of out of our power a little bit, but we know that we will get there. There are so many projects, there are so many races, swim competitions, races, track races, even just athletic competition or art that I've been a part of. And when we got to the end and we were like, oh my God, we completed our goal. The how was entirely different than we thought the how was going to be. It was not even close. And we couldn't have predicted it. And you can't predict it either. So giving yourself grace is letting go of that how. It's even letting go of the outcome in a sense. And it's saying, you know what? It's going to work out as long as I continue to do the work. But I got to rest to do the work. And it feels paradoxical because you may be used to beating yourself up. You may have normalized beating yourself up, which is a form of self-sabotage. There are certain forms of self-sabotage where I know me staying in this bed an extra 20 minutes, not going to help. Not going to help the project. Not going to help what I'm trying to get done. However, I do know that if I get out, take my time, make myself some food, go for a walk, I'll be ready. I'll be ready. because the form of self-sabotage that you take, whether it be known by staying in the bed, the unknown self-sabotages are the absolutely most damaging ones, because you don't know what you don't know. And if you feel that being a hypercritic is going to essentially make you a better artist or make you a better human, you're taking away from yourself already. You are taking away from yourself already. And which leads us to the second step, and I've already mentioned it, and that's being aware. I once talked to I talked to an artist about their relationship with substance once. And I was talking about my relationship with substance and foods that I'm eating and all this stuff that I'm putting in my body. And they were at a table, and they kind of went like this. They went, "Oh, I mean, you seem to be massively aware of what you're doing." Now, that's not to pat myself on the back and say, "Oh, I know, I'm very aware, I'm hyper aware." It was just, I had been taking inventory of what I was doing at the time, and I did not like what was going on. Like, if I made a list of all the things that I ate and drank throughout the day, wasn't a fan. Would not suggest that list to anybody. But I was aware of it. That was the first step. So when we talk about our potential, being aware of your potential, your goals, and what you feel that you're capable of, that's huge. That is actually a really ridiculously awesome big step. Like, you should be giving yourself a pat on the back for that, because just being aware of it, or just having that inkling, just kind of hearing the voice and being like, man, I really feel like I could be doing better, or I could do this thing a little bit more. I could add to this. I could support this more. I could be more present. Once you're aware of that, now you know what's going on. Now you know where the quantity is for you, at least. Or you're demanding more of yourself. You're asking more of yourself. You're saying, I actually could be doing a lot more here. That's awesome. And so giving yourself grace, and then being aware of the potential that's unfulfilled, those are the first two steps. And the last one, there's a lot to it. The last one is drawing up what you want. And this is the step that I'm in right now. I'm right there with you. I sit down and I will write out a goal, and it'll feel wild and almost undeserving. Like, why would I think that for myself? Why would I think that I'm on stage rapping and singing, playing to tens of thousands of people, Lollapalooza? Why would I think that, I'm showing a film and it's just like getting millions of views on YouTube instead of going through film festivals? Why would I think that, man, I think a big studio is going to call me to act in a film? Oh, man, that's wild. And the second that I discredit it by saying, "Oh, that's crazy," guess what happens? It becomes crazy. Whatever you say it's going to be is what it's going to be. If you think that every time you get out on the road, there's going to be traffic, there's going to be traffic. If you think that you might get a flat tire while out there with your bike, chances are you're going to get a flat tire at some point. You're going to be looking for it. Whatever we pay attention to is what we give power to. And so when we talk about what are you saying, this third step is a little trickier. What are you saying? What are you giving attention to? What are you giving belief to? Because identity, belief, and thoughts, those things are just making you up. So whatever you're focusing on, whatever you're writing out as the goal of the potential that's being unmet, that's actually really powerful. And when you write that down and you say yes to it, you say, "Oh yeah, that's me. I got that." It's going to be you. You're going to get it. I remember Tyler, the Creator. There's a great video of Tyler, the Creator, saying, in his voice, like, "Everything I ever said, I fucking did." And he's just like, he's just so intentional when he's saying it, and he's just very, very declarative almost. And I think that's a really, that's actually the word I would give to this third step. Be declarative about your goal, about your potential, about what you're looking to fulfill here. And once you're being declarative about it, you're affirming it, you're intending it, you're living in it, you're living from the end, as some say, then you can actually start to work towards it a lot more streamlined than focusing on the flat tire, or focusing on the traffic, or looking at what's not done. When you actually start writing out and declaring what it's going to be, it's going to start to come together. And that's all I got for you now. I know it's been a minute, but we'll be in touch. More of these videos coming. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one.